Welcome to Oulu Entrepreneurship Society podcast. I'm your host Muhammad Ahmed, and today we are joined by Maarit Pasanen, an ICT student at University of Oulu, a passionate photographer, and a founder of Brändääjätär. Maarit, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Great. You are studying Information Processing Science, IPS, at University of Oulu. So how has your academic journey influenced your path into entrepreneurship?
I think it has been a kind of big part of it. I have now kind of a strong technological skill set, and I have chosen to take elective studies from the business side. So combination of those two is kind of like perfect foundation for entrepreneurship.
Great, good to know that. So balancing your studies and running a business quite challenging, I believe.
Yeah.
So how do you manage both?
It requires strong time management skills and also flexibility. I am goal orientated, but for example, I'm graduating bachelor degree now, and it happened in 4 years, not 3 years. And I think mainly for that reason, because I have also progressed with my entrepreneurship during my studies. So I don't take too hard goals so that I can really focus on those things I am doing.
Great.
So flexibility is quite important, I think.
Great. You said you are goal oriented. So do you plan your goals? How you are going to achieve it? Any milestones? What's your strategy to achieve your goals?
I have kind of certain kind of direction. I don't maybe always take the exact goal very specific, because I think when I'm doing great things with a hardworking attitude, I think it brings the best result. So I choose the kind of path I want to go, and I just do my work. And then I know that great things are going to happen. And that's been a great kind of strategy.
Good to know that. So you are also a photographer.
Yeah.
How did you get into photography, and how does it complement your other ventures?
I have been working since 13 or 14 years old, and
Right.
with my first own money I bought my first camera, and I started just as a hobby to photograph mainly nature. And in Corona time I started to photograph more people, and when I started university studies, I decided that I am going to also build my photography business during my studies and just like test how it goes and if I really have the passion, and I think I have the passion. And what was the second question?
So how does it complement your other ventures?
Yeah, I think it complements perfectly, and some of my studies have been really kind of interesting because I have had the opportunity to take a look about some areas from different angle than maybe other students. For example, I had a basic course about information security, and I made the course project about like solo entrepreneur kind of information security, and I made it for my photography business, and it was really useful. So I think those go hand in hand.
Great, that's a very creative way of learning.
Yeah.
So you participated in Startup Weekend Oulu and got the second position. So can you share that experience with our audience?
Yeah, of course. So I didn't have my own idea, but I was curious about Startup Weekend, and I got the team, or I got. So I decided to pursue one team. There was Petra, who has the idea about event application. Later on, we named it as Menox. And during the Startup Weekend, we kind of made the idea from scratch to kind of pitch perfect. And the weekend was really nice experience, and also I was quite tired after that because we really went to validation. We went to the street. We asked like people different questions to validate the idea, and I think the main points I remember about Startup Weekend is validation and team, how important the team is, and innovative atmosphere, I think, because it was really like cheerful and also like hardworking, and we were believing in our ideas, everyone, for also like others' ideas, and it was really supportive experience.
Yeah, indeed, it's a really good experience if you want to get into the startup world and learn something to start your own business.
Yeah.
So, what were the other key takeaways from that event?
I think, as I said just earlier, validation, innovative atmosphere, and also how to get the idea from scratch to maybe more advanced pitch. And also pitching training was quite good.
Oh, good to know that. So, did it also help you building up your confidence as well?
Absolutely, and also confidence as a maybe speaker or like pitching for the audience. I think my confidence really stepped up in
Great.
that genre.
Good to know that. So you volunteered at Polar Bear Pitching. So what was your role and what did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, I was in social media team, and as I had the experience about photographing, it was quite natural role to me to bring my camera, and I was kind of event photographer. There was also like professional event photographers, but I was kind of social media photographer, so I did kind of real time posting, and I hadn't done that before, so it was quite exciting experience, and also I was a little bit afraid if I'm going to make it, because I need to take the photo, then I need to transfer it to right mode, right format, and also do little bit editing and straight to the social media. So it was a great experience to learn in real time photographing and social media posting, and yeah, it was great.
Good to know that. I'm myself passionate about photography, so but I find it quite hard to jump into fully photography career because I'm a working professional now. So you tell us about Brändääjätär. What inspired you to start it?
Yeah, I was here in OMK, and I knew there was just was it like founder corner, and there was like a sprint. The idea was that you have maybe 1 or 2 goals and you need to sprint it during the day. And I had 2 ideas in mind. I needed to form an idea for my coursework, data analytics, and I needed to have an idea about new business opportunity which need to be supported by data. And also I needed to get more clients for my summer job. And then I realized I can combine these 2 with one idea. And as a photographer, I have mainly photographed B2C, but maybe few B2B clients. And then I thought like I need to have one service package which is straight to the other businesses. And then I was thinking how I combine these skills, technological skills I have gained during my studies, and my creativity, and maybe also the photography side. And then I just had the idea about Brändääjätär. It's kind of like when a client comes to me, if there is like you need website, I can take. Okay, I make your website. Then I make the website, and then they are like, oh, those photos are quite crap. And then I can make your brand photography session. And that was kind of the idea that it's like whole package from one person, not like big mainostoimisto marketing agency. And that was kind of the main idea. And then during the sprint day, I created the concept. I created few kind of packages, prices, all of that. Just like with the idea of done is better than perfect. Yeah. And then I can go to test it if someone is ready to pay this or this or this. And then I created website during that day. And then I started to gain the data for the data analytics course to validate if there is really someone who wants this. And it was quite great.
Yeah, exactly. The good thing is that done is better than perfect. Yeah. So you have to start with whatever you have, so that you eventually start learning more from your own customers and start improving the product, and then you are more confident about your own solution.
Yeah, and that came from a Startup Weekend maybe, or startup people, the idea of MVP, minimum viable product. Yes. And that is that done is better than perfect, and then you can test it. So perfect. Everything comes a little bit like what you learn you can use later on with different projects.
Yeah. So how did you secure your first client? Tell our audience something about it.
Actually, it happened through my own network. I am quite social person and also ready to communicate if I see new people. So I don't know if I have a quite big network, but there is a lot of entrepreneurs and students and many kind of people. And when I launched Brändääjätär during the sprint day, I sent maybe 53 emails and also mentioned in my social media channels. And then my first client, it came through one conversation with someone who I already knew. And in that conversation, she said like, oh, my website, oh. And then I was like, actually, I am looking for my first client. And she was like, oh, can you help me? And then we decided some price for that job, and then I made that, and I also got another client after that, and it was great.
Good to know that. So you are also involved in different projects at each stage. So how do you keep learning and growing from all of the experiences from managing projects?
I think the main thing for me is
curiosity. I got it.
I think the main thing for me is curiosity.
Got it.
And also positivity. Mm-hmm. Because if you have curiosity and positivity, you see opportunities.
Yeah.
And I am curious to learn and see and try. I am not like searching for quick wins. I am curious about learning, and I need to keep in mind and that don't be afraid of failure, because it's necessary if you want to grow. So how do I say? Curiosity, positivity, and be brave. Those are those things I am keeping in my mind.
Indeed, these things are really necessary. So, what are your future goals from here?
Well, I am graduating now, bachelor degree. Maybe I start my master. I am a little bit like, do I now be only entrepreneur or do I continue studying? I have the feeling that this summer if is enough for now, like doing entrepreneur full time, and then I'm going to continue master degree. And for longer, I think I am going to be creative, combined to that technological side. And the most important thing for me is that don't put too stricting goals, but follow your passion and work hard. And then you have the result.
I would like to add, follow your passion, work hard, and find the right mentors.
Yeah.
I think this way you can achieve your goals far more quickly than you are working in isolation. You're so feeling fearful to talk to anybody, asking for help and anything. So that's the reason I believe that once you have right people, right mentor in your life, you can achieve things far more quickly.
That's true. And actually, this Startup Weekend and then Startup Express and OM Business Corner people and all of people who have been kind of here somewhere where I have been, they have kind of mentored me. So absolutely, I share the idea of mentoring. It is important.
They are really helpful. Whenever you talk to them, they will provide you the full guidance.
Yeah.
Also, they might consider connecting you with someone who can solve your problem.
Yeah.
So it's a great environment here.
And also, I think mentor see you kind of like from the outside, and it's great perspective, because when you do your things, even though you try to get the distance and look further, it's so hard.
Yeah, exactly. You feel like you are in a bubble.
Yeah.
So mentors see you from outside and they can give you much more better inputs, which can change your life, I believe.
Yeah, and for me, I think it is too easy to kind of do little wrong things in like, you think like, this is something I need to do, this is the way it needs to be done, I just have to do it that way. And then mentor could say like, no, you have strengths in other areas, don't waste your time in those little things which are not like your things. Maybe buy from another who really want to do these and focus on your
Exactly. This happened with me. Like, one of my mentors told me, like, you have these certain qualities, why don't you work on that? And I was like, wow, this is the first time someone told me this thing. And then I started noticing myself, I'm really good in certain things and I should polish those things so that I can grow further.
Yeah, and I think also you asked earlier about the balancing with studies and entrepreneurship. I have been the kympin tyttö, how I say, girl who aims always to the 10.
Oh, okay.
And it's great foundation, but I have had to learn to prioritize. And this is the thing. In studies, I have been few times in the place like, how do I make all of this? And then I'm just like, okay, I don't like that much about those. I'm not maybe that good at those. But here is my strengths. I focus on these and I do here enough so that I can understand. But I know in my heart that I am not going to focus on those areas later on. So why should I focus now and waste my energy and time when I can focus to the things that really matter for me? So
Yeah, I was reading in a business studies book 80-20 rule. You focus on efforts on 20% of the things, and you start achieving things and have the great impact on the other 80% things. So this 80-20 rule also works really good into that if you consider it. Some things in your schedule should be focused more than other non-productive or less productive things.
yeah, and concrete thing that I have done, because earlier I always aimed to the highest grade.
Yeah.
During my whole studying journey from the child. And now I have been doing also like this course. I refuse to have 5 or even 4. 3 is perfect. I am aiming to the 3. And it's really hard for a person who always put the high goal to go kind of lower. But
Yeah.
it's necessary if you want to focus on the right things.
Exactly. I was also like the front man. I want to achieve 5 and all that. But later on, I realized that when you are grouped with those people who have more better leadership abilities, why don't you take the back foot and try to learn from them? It's okay if you got like 4 sometimes,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, what you have achieved and learned after working with those people is quite important for me now, which I have realized late, but it's fine. Somehow it's a learning for me as well during my first year in University of Oulu.
Yeah.
Great. Maarit, thank you very much for your journey. So it's inspiring to see your passion and dedication. To our listeners, stay tuned for inspiring stories on OuluES podcast. Until next time, bye bye.